It's your topic anyway, so yes. Welcome on the show. How is everyone doing? I actually could not catch up with time. I didn't know where the time went. I had a plan to be here, but hey, here we are. And I don't know, I can't call this name Bitches. That's what we're talking about today. Why men love B. It's Heidi's word. I always disclaim. So yeah, the B word. Anyway, so welcome on the show and good to see everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see you today, Heidi.
Thank you, Temi. Well, maybe you've lost track of time because you were spending time with someone unbelievable.
I know. And the person of Miss Solomon. Yeah, it was a good one today, and it's always good when we catch up. I mean, it's not always easy, especially when someone is in Abu Dhabi today and wherever tomorrow. And some of us are here in Melbourne. But we haven't seen Liz, Miss Greatness. I think I might have sent the link to her a little late, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to talk to her before the show.
Oh,
So,
good.
all good, all good. Last week we were talking about why good men married bad women, or vice versa, why good women ended up with a bad man. And we were talking about what is bad, how do we define bad? But bad is someone that careless about you, someone that is nasty towards you, heart hasn't got your interest at heart, or you live an individualistic life even though you are together. So we know what that means and what we're trying to portray. And voila, Heidi has been reading a book titled Why Men Love the Word Be.
I don't know why you find it difficult to say, Temi.
I actually do. Like bees, some people, why did you? I don't know. I know they call women Sheila, but I have a friend who wrote a book about the bee, our friend P F as well wrote a book about it. But I need to say, I haven't gotten my head around, especially this book that ID is sent to us. So if you've read the book, if you know what we're talking about, let us know. Okay, let us know what you found it to be. But today, ID is going to share with us, and I'm going to throw in my little nugget. So let me get my breath. We'll be back. So, welcome back on the show. Let's talk about today's topic. We have limited time to discuss about this because my friend is flying out tonight, believe it or not. And so she's on the show because she packed her things and off she goes to the airport. Miss Solomon. Jealous. Jealous. Why men love the word be?
Bitches. Okay. So the word bitches in that book
Mhm,
is referring to a specific trait or traits
mhm.
that sometimes women have. Okay, so it's just to describe a specific
Okay.
type of women.
All
Okay, it's
right.
not to insult and it's not to put women disgracefully, or describe them in a bad way. It's just like highlighting a
Right.
specific way
Yes.
of being from women.
Mm.
And I was really, obviously, it's really attractive, the name is very attractive. And
Yeah.
therefore,
Touching.
it gets people to look at it, because it's like, it's scary sometimes, or just really abrupt. It makes you stop to
Yeah.
have a look. What does that mean? Why would someone write something like that on a book? And honestly, it's just to really interrupt you, to have a look at the content of that book. And
Yeah.
I really like, the writer is very funny,
Okay.
um, very humorous.
Hmm.
And the way the book was written, it's just really getting in touch with, exposing an idea, okay,
Good one.
and displaying a problem that we have in the world at the moment, or when she
Mm.
when the book was written. So
Mm.
the problem, or the idea that is exposed, is that sometimes
Mm.
the men that would like to settle down and get married,
Hmm.
they are not after a good girl, someone who's obedient, someone who's really nice, someone who's really kind, someone who's, that looks like they are submissive. They're not looking for them.
Wow.
Now, do you have any idea, Tammy, why would a man not want to be with a woman like that?
So they might be thinking that sort of women is not, they're not going to be aggressive, or they're not going to catch up or match up with them. But I've always had the notion that, men wants to be the king, they want to rule. So I think that, I mean, when you're talking, it's giving me a picture like, men, you cannot eat your cake and have it. If you want a woman that is that you're going to rule over, then it's going to be the submissive one and the quiet one and whatever. Then you can be your king. I think that's what the men want. So if they don't want somebody who is, domesticated, who is gentle, who is good, I don't. I might be wrong. I don't get it, Heidi.
Not at the moment. So the way you're describing men, that was in the past. After the feminist and after the feminism act and after all the stuff that's happening in the world, women take over. They took over already. So right now, men
Use the word.
unfortunately are emasculated. They're not looking for the good girl anymore, because she's not going to serve the the plan of life, the purpose, you know if she is going to go, well, you know what, I really want a little house and very small things, and I want to stay home and have kids, they're going to go, no, we're living in this world, you need to get out and work exactly like me, we need to have a house together, let's do the mortgage together, let's put our minds together, so we can make this life happen. Because you can, looking at the woman, they're thinking, because you can, because you've been liberated, and because you've asked for your, you know
Freedom.
place in the world, you can handle it, so get up and do it. And that's really sad, but that's how it is. And in this show, we say it how it is. We don't mask it, we don't
Mm.
sugarcoat it, and we don't
Mm.
make it look like it's something that it's not.
Yes, for sure. That is really mind-boggling, though. So the man will sit down and say, "You go do it," and so you go fetch the money and do everything,
She doesn't have to do it
and then
alone, together. So the women that are doing that, they are called bitches, because they will have their own rules, they will have standards, they will have benchmarks, they will
wow,
have that, because you know what, if I can make my own money, well, get this, Temi, come on, it is very obvious. if
I'm
i
getting it now.
Yes, if I'm running my own business, if I have my own life, if I could handle myself and handle all my issues and problems, Why would I want to add a man on top of all of that? So the man is complementary to the picture that I am drawing
Oh,
as a woman.
oh,
Yes. Oh.
oh. Complimentary. That is too big a word and so demeaning. Complimentary. Well, I don't want to be one of these bitches because I don't want my husband to be a dogmatic element. And it's really sad. It's really sad that the men are looking for these sort of women that will demeaning them, that will, you know, disrespectful to them because of what you're going to eat or because of the money. And then the story turned around to say they are emasculated. Why are you not going to be emasculated when you're looking for these sort of people?
So
I'll
this is
go
why
on.
it's important for us to discuss this issue, because at the moment the men out there, they are confused.
Let's let's go. Let's go on a break. We'll be back. Confused. Welcome back on the show. I think we're gonna have to do this show on 2 episodes because the more I'm listening to you speak, the more I'm getting confused because I think the order is being reversed, the
Yes.
role is being reversed, and that is why they are confused. But that and also that's why you have to train your children, boy and girl, to have individual values and to understand and practice. I always say you have to have a benchmark, and the benchmark is your values. Is your values placed on God? Is it placed on on what doctrine are you practicing too? Because if you see, there's an adage in my place that if you marry a woman on a dance floor, the wife is going to dance away. Just be sure at some stage she's going to dance away. I mean, this is just an adage. It doesn't mean that this is a correct saying, or it means if you found your own wife or husband on the dance floor, you're going to dance away. It's just an adage in my place. But the if I know in Australia, for example, when women, a lot of my friends, Aussie friends, they have a baby, they say, I'm going to stay home. I want to look after my baby. There's no way both of us are going to be working. And sometimes they don't come back to work. Sometimes they find some entrepreneur mom or whatever, they work from home or do something to raise their kids and, to raise godly kids. Some of my friends also in church, they're doing homeschooling. So you don't say I go home and I have to go get a job and do all this and do all this thing when in fact we're bringing children to life that we might lose in the process if we're not careful, you know. And the men, I want to say, cannot eat your cake and have it. You want to be the God and the Alpha Romeo and somebody that your wife honor and adore, or you want to be the one that say, I want the beaches. Why would you want beaches? The name doesn't even sound good. Beaches sounds like, something horrible. You should look for a homely breed, good breed girl that will build a home for you. Why? And I know you're right in a way because a lot of good girls are suffering, even in the church. Let's just get that out. They're suffering because sometimes you are. We always Bible says you are in this world, but you are not of this world. But a lot of times we're still of this world. The way we operate as well. You're not operating as somebody who has got the fear of God, who is actually a good Christian. And then you see these good Christian girls, you don't want them, you want the bitches. Disgraceful. You're going to be very, very confused if you do that. You need to start to appreciate each other, appreciate your homemade girl, somebody like you, Heidi, homemade, domesticated, clean, hardworking, and it's hard to get a good husband. But you're still hardworking. How come it's difficult for you to get a husband, Heidi? Because but you're not
Yeah.
a good, but you're hardworking and you're beautiful and you're still all that. So, what do they want?
So the thing is to do all of that, but you need to also look dumb. So
Oh,
that's
look
where
dumb.
that's where I refuse.
Ah,
Yeah, because intimidating, like I sometimes, that's a fact, I intimidate a lot of men, you know. I have a lot of things that they don't have.
ah.
So when men look at me, like I was told that before from a few men, you
Mm.
know, when men look at me, they go, well, she's got her shit together. She knows what she's doing, you know. She has an answer to every question. She knows her values. She stands by them. We don't know how to go from here.
Like what? What did you? Like what? They, now I'm stuck. I'm truly stuck.
But it's true. They look at women like me and they go, well, I don't know where to go from here. What can I say? What can I do? She's not someone who's going to mess around. So even though, I look like I've got my stuff together, they still feel intimidated because they cannot compete with that. And men like to compete. They want to be competing with the women. They want to look like they are stronger, but then they want to be treated as equal. They want to be looking like they are in control, but then they want to be told what to do. So this is where the dilemma is. The
I think
confusion
so.
is not just for you, Temi, or me. The confusion is in the whole world and the society now. It's everything. It's everywhere. People are so confused to the extent that, I see people in the street that I want to say hello to, that I know them, but they wouldn't say hello in the street. However, they say hello on social media.
Wow. That's another one. Really?
So
Oh my word.
you think, what the hell is this? You know, they don't want to say
Wow.
hello to me in the street. However, on my post, they say hello, we missed you, this, that. And I'm
Uh-uh.
going, I just saw you the other day and you turn your face around. So the whole world is confused. You know, there's so many parameters here, but I believe that it's also very important for every person to stand their own grounds and to be solidly held by their own values and what they stand for.
Wow. Wow. What's we got a message. Look dumb, never a choice. Never a choice. Um, I know sometimes, we have some women that looks like they dumb, but they actually really not kind, you know. They look dumb, but they're actually not dumb at all. I would rather have, somebody who is true to themselves, like you, who will tell me when things are right or when things are bad. We say the truth, then we work together in that way, rather than going out with somebody who is dumb, so to say. But these beaches, I'm trying to look at this. Can you tell us again the statistics of these beaches again? So they're controlling, right? They're controlling. They are the men.
So they have their shit together. They have a job. They know how they have their career. They're
Mhm.
established. They know what they stand for. and they know that they can make money. They have their own assets and their own, financial
Mm,
abilities. So they're
mhm,
not here to get the money from the guy. They're not here to. They're hard workers. They've got their stuff together. They know what they're doing. Okay,
mhm,
and they are not. They're not out there to be easy and be nice. Okay, so they
uh-huh,
make everyone stand in their own course, so they know exactly how to tell someone yes and how to tell someone no. And so they've got everything done. They are good, they have done it all, and they have worked out life basically.
mhm. This sounds like what Nigeria Yoruba people we call Yandagbe or something. Then we have a name for them too in Nigeria. So the men that are after these people too, they are like gold digger. They are people that are looking for easy money and easy way out. So do you think from that book, the summary of that book is majority of men will look for a woman like that? Is that what that book was saying?
Only men that want to settle and get married. The other men want the casual relationships.
This
They want
is
the part-time relationships. But the men that want to settle, they want
mhm.
the bitches basically.
I think we can just end the show like this. Because the more I listen to this, the more I got confused. So the ones that wants to get married, they're looking for bitches, people that are established, that they got their acts together, and they can dictate, who goes and who comes, authority, we are powerful. And so those are the people that people want to settle with.
Yes,
So because they want to use their money, they want to use them.
they don't want
And
to use them, but they want them to be like they want to have a partnership together. So they want the person in the partnership with them to be an equal in in every way. They don't want them to be someone who is less than them in any way.
wow, really?
That's why
This
that's
this
why I
is
don't
this is
believe. So Temi, this is why I'd love to discuss the fact that a marriage is not a partnership.
it's not.
So explain it, please explain what is a marriage.
Marriage is everybody, each party is vulnerable to, like you are the other person basically. So you are one body with one vision. And so there's no competition in it. If I say I don't want to work now, your husband, the good marriage, we understand that, okay, fine, for what it is now, you're not able to do this. We will work around our budget and see how that suits, caring for one another, really caring and bearing for one another. That is what relationship is. So if one is in pain, the other one should be in pain. If you're not, then you are not one body. It is one body. So if one is hurting, the other one is hurting. If one is blessed, the other one is blessed. We don't have individual money, individual this. Somebody is, what is this aggression about? When we believe that the whole world could collapse tomorrow, you're competing. Competition dries you, drains you, you get exhausted, and you're gonna break. It's not about that. It's about feeding each other's soul, tapping into each other. Like sometimes you complete each other's word. So I don't get, somebody sent us a message. What did he say? Why do they need a man then? A person. A pet should be an option for these beaches. I reckon, but some men are looking for them from what ID is saying. So some fake men that portray themselves to be powerful and rich or whatever, but they're not rich. They're lazy. They just like a figurehead husband, so to say. What's the other point? He says, Heidi, do you think men are actually looking for bitches or they can't just identify what is right for them? Oh, good one, actually.
That's a good question.
Mm,
Um, well, at the moment, when we look at how life is, And when we look at how life is taking people and actually happening, the whole world is suffering separation. Separation straight after COVID, Temi.
Mm,
Life got so much like dictated to us in a different way now. Everything is different.
mm,
After COVID, it's like everything has been redefined to a new definition. The way we do relationships,
wow.
the way we do a lot of things. People have cancer cases have increased immensely because of that separation. So the amount of, I'm not judging anyone here, but it's also important for us to actually say this. The non-binary people, the people that don't want to reveal what they believe who they are in their gender, the
Mm,
confusion. So to answer your question, um, the people are confused, and every time we allow all of these confusions to happen in the world and not face it, just allow it but not
yeah,
face it, and try to
yeah.
understand where is this coming from and treat it at the cause, at the root cause, then confusion still happens, keeps happening, will keep happening.
Mm,
So yes, men are confused and they don't know what they want. And yes, women are also confused and they don't know what they want. And it's like, well, if I can do all of that, like look at the divorce rate, look
I
at
know.
the depression rate, look at the suicide rate,
I know.
the really famous singers and actors and actresses and very well-known people. All of these people are what is happening, what is happening. It's because of the confusion, it's because of the the values. The world lacks values.
It's true. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's honestly, Temi, it's your job as a pastor to actually teach the church, teach the people at church, teach. We can teach from here some values.
Mm,
I always talk about values because I believe it's one of the most important navigation system that we always have in the world. If I
mm,
know what my values are and I stand for them, I will do what I stand for. But if I'm not, I'm confused and I don't know, am I a liar or am I a truthful person? What am
mm,
I? Who am I?
mm,
So it's important that we stand for our values and understand, why do we have these values even? Why do I want to do that? What for? So there's so much to it. And I honestly feel that the corruption is from internal. It's not the government. It's just that us, within us,
yeah.
we need direction. We really need direction. So I would love if we can teach values,
Mm,
let's talk about values. I know we spoke about values before, but we can talk more about values. Values is one of those topics that we can explore for
mm,
days.
mm.
You know,
It's,
that's one thing I'd love to do.
yeah, we will. I think most of the cases of the divorces and all that that we're handling now, it happened. The foundation was already wrong from the start, and we went there at the start. And a lot of times, people don't say anything else; they cover it. They don't want you to know, and all that. By the time you know, it's already too bad. So this is what we're seeing now, and I just pray that the post divorces, whatever it is, that the people, when we call them, they will be able to be open and honest to themselves. Not why are you covering something that you're covering? One day is going to blow into your face, and where are we going to know? On Facebook. Why?
Yeah,
And this is what we kept on saying. And also, we look at relationship and want to emulate some relationship. People say, oh, they're laughing every time, they think they're happy, they're not happy. How do you know they're not happy? When people say they're happy. So don't start to second guess. People say nobody is happy in their relationship. Are you silly? You might not be happy in your relationship. I'm telling you now, I'm 100% happy in my relationship. you know so there is my value, there is my benchmark, the thing that you don't cross. And if that is being not being crossed, as in terms of my values, then I don't have issue. So people kept on saying nobody is happy in the relationship. In your one, not my one. You see. So you gotta be happy and you're gonna be honest to yourself and stop covering up. Talk, speak. On this show, we talk here every time on this show. Ask question. Pretend that it's not your wife. Pretend it's your sister's, husband or something. Ask question. Let us discuss here. Like you said, Heidi, we talk the truth here. We say it the way it is. And it's funny we haven't been put to jail yet because of the things that we say. But I must say, I need to go and read this, your book, very well. I haven't really delved into it. I will read it very well. And I think I have to have a comeback. I really have to
Yes.
have a comeback. But
Okay.
truthfully, I want to say, be truthful to yourself. Know your values. The question the commenter was asking was, maybe the men don't know what they want. Then chat to people, get a counselor, discuss. Is that what I want? Do you think this is what I need now? That is why we have coaches to talk to you and be truthful. Why do you want this woman? Do you want this woman because she's rich? You want to use her money? Do you want her because she's dumb? And guess what? These dumb people is worse. I don't like dumb people. It's worse because they're gonna wisen up in a wrong way and it's gonna kill you. So you want to get the one that knows what she's doing from the start, not in terms of bitches, but people that understand and have values. We always say, and have values. Maybe that's what you need to be looking for. Don't go for
Mhm.
beauty. Don't go for money. Go for somebody that you want to spend your eternity with. Heidi, thank you so much for this
Thank you, Tim.
insight. It provoked me a little bit, I must say, because it got me unaware. I must go back and read this book and we'll be back. This is all
Okay.
we can take today, and we'll see you again next week. Heidi, save Johnny
Thank you,
when
Tim.
you go. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you next week. Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.